Happy 2026, everybody. We are back with more content. First up in 2026, we have 2 Amtraks that are going to be coming by Auburndale. Pretty simple, like what I did in 2022, but we don't have much more of an option. We have PO91 coming through here shortly, and we have PO98 that was rescheduled an hour earlier than when he was supposed to depart Winter Haven, which made him slightly closer to when he meets at PO41. Also, you may notice that my voice sounds a little different compared to when I was voicing over in 2025. That is because I am now recording my video voiceovers with this microphone. Every time I say the letter P, like I blow into the microphone, it would always reduce the sound for a little bit on here when I was speaking to the phone. Now I got a cotton cover on a microphone that I will now be using going forward for video editing on my phone and for camera recording with my new camera. If you're not exactly familiar with what I mean by that, I recommend you go check out the link in the description. But this camera footage that you are watching now is being recorded with my iPhone 15 and not with my new camera that I was talking about previously. So don't be mistaken. If you've been paying close attention to the visuals that have been broadcasted for you guys above this voiceover, you can see that PO91 is approaching the Auburndale City Park. I didn't quite feel like zooming in at the time, so you can really only see the headlights when you're manually looking through the .3 or whatever. By the way, I would just like to announce now that live streaming will now be resumed on KBD Live now that I have my new set of camera equipment, so expect more lives from here on out. I'm not going to live stream every event I go to because maybe I want to get y'all a second point of view, but that won't be often, I'm sure. So expect a lot more live streams. Nonetheless, who would have known? The first train of 2026 is going to be Amtrak PO41. And I must say, he is bright today, but let's see him come through the Auburndale City Park for the first time of 2026. Quite the thrill that was, wasn't it? We haven't seen a train in a while over here. Well, as expected, Amtrak PO98 is right after him, though his schedule was renewed. As this video is being recorded, it is currently 11 a.m. over here, so why would Amtrak PO98 be right now? Well, that's because PO98's schedule was moved to an hour earlier than when he was supposed to. That means our boy 98 has went from going to Winter Haven at 12 p.m. to being scheduled at 11 a.m. My brother in Christ. That is an entire hour. That means sometimes PO98 could be before PO41. But speaking of the devil, I think we... Oh, Jesus. Nissan Jukes really just ruin your day, don't they? I think we hear PO98 coming. So we're going to have to get ready for the Auburndale City Park to welcome in Amtrak PO98, being right after PO41 now. On January 24th, we took a trip to Plant City Rail Fest, and it wasn't really the best experience other than not seeing trains. So I left because I didn't feel like dealing with degenerates today, and I didn't come prepared to do it. But here's the main thing. I just walked up on the platform and already start clowning me. Like, bruh. Some people just can't understand that kids do stupid things, and if it's been years across and the person is matured, then you need to, like, give them some slack, because they might already feel stupid about themselves for it. So, like, I just want to let y'all know, and I just want to get clear that all I want to be is a photographer, videographer, and director. That's it. That's all I want to do. Okay? Are we good? Because, like, I don't know, but I'm just going to continue what I said I was going to do. But we are here in Loftman with my new camera to view PO92, or 40. But I just have one more thing to say about the other topic, is that might get people killed, because some people might not be able to take your comments, and they might kill themselves. Now, me, I seriously do not give a fuck. People can be stupid if they want to, but I'll just let people complain about other people's lives because they want to get off theirs. But for other people, they might not be so strong. So if you want to be responsible for suicides, that's on you. I seriously don't give a fuck, but some people will. I know who I am, so that's all that matters. But other people might be brainwashed by your idiocy. So I don't know. These people, like, probably won't listen to shit that other people say about this topic. They probably won't give a fuck, but they will one day. But let's just get off this. I promised I would stop talking about it. Before I hit Loftman, I decided to do some wheelies on my bike on the community pool area in my neighborhood. But it's an e-bike, so it can only push about 20 miles an hour on the power mode. So it's obviously not that good. The fastest wheelie you're gonna get on this is 4 miles an hour or so. That's if you can maintain it. I personally can for like 95% of them, but then there was one of them where my feet were off the ground for the longest amount of time. I pulled the brakes too hard and I fell. So that's that. Let's go to that footage. It's funny as fuck, I personally think. But there's been times in this video where I was able to get my feet off the ground and just let it take me for a couple seconds, but this one, I let it go for about 3 entire seconds. So I knew I was going to have to brace for impact when I pull the brakes. So I don't know. Let's just watch.
So we have a wheelie I can do. How about this? 1, 2, 3. Oh my god, my feet were off the ground. Holy shit. Oh my god, I could have kept that going longer, but I was too scared. Oh my god! That was good. Oh my god!
After that minute 30 of dumbassery, we go out to see PO92 in Loftman, which will be the first ever train recorded on the new Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K with a Rode Go mic installed. It is nighttime, so I could barely see if I was focused or not. I was using the focus ring, and apparently I was not focused. That's why there was glare from the lights. $1,000,000 times better than my phone. Now, I am using the extendo lens, as that's the only lens I have, so it was already initially zoomed in, and I could not zoom out any farther. But I did have multiple angles of this train, so let's look at the other ones. I have a head-mounted GoPro POV and a dash VOV. I used my phone to record something, but it was inside the dash of the car, so the quality was terrible, but it's still another view inside of a car. So basically, here's what a train would look like going by inside of a car. Unfortunately, this will be the last train of January, but trust me, you'll want to stay for February. We're going to start from farthest events to closest events of this year, just so you can stay tuned. It is not confirmed yet, but a possible Austell or Folkestone trip might be planned for the end of this year. The chances are extremely slim, but it is being considered in the makings. If we are doing an end-of-the-year trip, it will be Austell, most likely. But still, the chances are extremely slim for now that there will even be a trip to Austell ever this year. It's not based on what we saw last time, because we did enjoy the trip when we last time. It's just so far, and we'd have to stay for at least 5 days this time. So, I don't know if we're ever going to be available. This next event is guaranteed, the Big Boy 4014 trip for the first time. The UP is celebrating the America's 250th anniversary since the Declaration of Independence was signed, so they're doing something extremely special this year. They are taking 4014 to the East Coast for the first time in 84 years when it was first launched. Union Pacific's legendary steam locomotive 4014 Big Boy is the world's largest locomotive in the entire world, still operating to this day. And it made the biggest comeback in train history, going from a museum about to be scolded to scrap parts back and running by 2010. Expect this video somewhere in the summer area. Here's a guaranteed event, but no information on when or where it will be released, and this is honorable mentions. Outlaw Velocity, the movie that will be professionally recorded by professional actors and a director and a camera. This movie will contain real car chases, real outlaw, and much more professional video equipment and idea. Expect this movie around summertime to November of 2026. April might be the best car time of the year because there are 2 once-a-year car shows that we will be attending. The one on April 18th is going to be the Lowrider Hop Competition car show. Now, lots of the scenes recorded in Outlaw Velocity are going to be recorded right here in this hop competition, so stay tuned for that. This is a lowrider hop hydraulic competition, so it will take place in Tampa and will be around the April 18th to April 19th area from 11 a.m. to afternoon. The weekend before this will be the Exotic Car Meet and Celebration. Once a year, we'll see cars over millions and millions of dollars just sitting in a parking lot, as if it's your normal day. We'll see Pagannis, Bugattis, etc. This is also where some Outlaw Velocity scenes are going to be recorded, and if you want to just come here yourself and take pictures, then I highly recommend checking out Celebration, Florida, and look up the exact address for Celebration, Florida Exotic Car Meet, because I seriously don't know the location, but I'll just look it up at the time. The lowest valued car you'd find here is most likely just a Lamborghini Huracan or something. I mean, there's really no car here will disappoint you, I promise. February 20th will be the ride-along of a Dodge Charger Hellcat in Circuit, Florida. We booked the ticket from Extreme Experience in Circuit, Florida. The Dodge Charger Hellcat was the only SRT available to us at the moment, so we booked our tickets before it was too late. Dodge Charger Hellcat is quite more of the beast than it looks. This looks like a sedan, but it's more of a monster. It produces 707 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque, with a top speed of 196 miles per hour, and does 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds, and an 8-speed automatic gearbox. Rear-wheel drive, and weighs 4,500 pounds. The closest event to us at the moment is the Cordele, Georgia trip. It is approximately 8 days away from me at the moment. It is currently about 11 days away from you guys right now because obviously it's going to take me a little bit to move and edit the video, but CSX and Norfolk Southern meet at this exact area. People call this the heart of Georgia because the Georgia rail lines of CSX and NS combine here. And people say that it might be the most popular spot to view trains in Georgia other than Waycross. Now, let me explain. CSX will come northbound and southbound on the track that is facing the railway park, and Norfolk Southern will go across eastbound to westbound on the two tracks that are across from the railway to park. I think you guys understand. This tour will take place from February 6th to February 8th. We're going to do all day of February 6th and February 7th, and then the morning of February 8th, and then head home on Sunday. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in Cordele.